Hey guys, Opal here, and today I'm going to be doing a speed build, and this is in the Grove of Eternity Isle, and I really just wanted to use that new house skin that we got. So my vibe for this build is like a jungle cottage or a jungle town. And I just use Gaston's house and the fairy godmother house, which I know Gaston and the fairy godmother. I just use all of the orange houses that we had that I think fit the vibe of this build. All the plants that I use in this build are the wild tangled plants, trees, and I also use some of the foliage from the Forest of Belle and the Sunlit Plateau. So I just added a little bit of a centerpiece here with the Beauty and the Beast fountain with some foliage all around. And then I just border it off using the rocks from the Forest of Belle instead of using the ones from the Wild Tangle, because I think they look a little bit better and they're not as vibrant as the Wild Tangle rocks. To give some more texture to the space, I just add these Sunlit Plateau rocks over the footpath, and I also think it makes the natural pathing that's on the map by itself and the pathing that I created, I think that adding the rocks in makes it blend a little bit better. It frustrates me so much that we can't put the border all the way up to Gaston's house, but instead I just put it as close as I could, and I don't think you can really tell in the final walkthrough of the build. I use lots of barrels all over the place, and I think it gives a nice kind of rustic vibe. And here I just make a little bit of a stall area, so I have these red stalls, and I actually delete these and instead I use the smaller ones that are like half the size, because I think it fits the space a little bit better. The only thing is you can't place any items on these, which is a little bit annoying, but to access the mining node to the side I had to just use a smaller one. Now I'm just going through and I'm figuring out some of the things that I want to use around Gaston's house. So I decided on definitely adding a pool for him, because I feel like out of all people, of course Gaston would want his own pool. Look, I don't really want to give him his own pool. Do I think he deserves it? No. But is it something Gaston would definitely do? Absolutely yes. Now looking back on this build, I feel terrible. I gave the fairy godmother literally a meter of space beside her house for just a couple of pumpkins, and I've literally given Gaston his own private pool. I mean, look at how much space I gave him even at the front of his house. Justice for fairy godmother. In the end, I do really like how this turned out. I just wish that I didn't give Gaston so much that he didn't deserve, honestly. I'm kinda salty about it now. And here I go, I'm just lining the borders with some rocks to make it not so jagged around the edges, because I hate that look, and I don't know why we got these boxy paths when they could have easily given us nice curvy paths to begin with. But anyways, to be fair though, I do like the look of the rocks as borders. I just wish that we had the option to not do the border and it not be boxy. So I still do need to decorate the other half of this biome. I'm pretty sure this one is called the Grove. I remember saying it at the start of the video, but I'm not really sure what I should put on the other side. I'm thinking, and why I have that banner out the back there is because I was thinking of doing like a pumpkin field or maybe some other Eternity Isle vegetables. Just a really big field. I don't really have any farming plots in Eternity Isle yet, so I thought that this could be a good space for that. And it's already kind of like a farmy, cottagey feel, so it would really fit nice with this space. I'm not gonna even talk about Gaston's pool here, so we'll just skip over this bit. Next time I do any sort of build, including Fairy Godmother, I will, and I promise that I will be giving her the justice she deserves. The beach grass is really handy too. I use it a lot because it not only gives like a nice texture, but it also prevents a lot of things from spawning in them when you don't want to have a lot of junk around stuff you've decorated. So I do love using these in more open spaces. And you can also walk through them, which is amazing. This is, I think, the last area that I border off, and there is that weird gap because that's actually the side of the house skin, but you can't actually see that when you're walking through. You can only see it from this top angle, so it doesn't really bother me. And I do try to cover up some of it with the plants where I can fit them. And then I'm just decorating Belle's house, and I honestly don't put much furniture in this whole build. I feel like I rarely ever put Scrooge items in any of my builds. It's mostly just the houses themselves and then craftables and trees and foliage. The honest reason why I do this is because I hate scrolling and scrolling for items when I can never remember what items we even have in the game. It's so much easier to just remember what you've just crafted instead of remembering what you brought from Scrooge's 6 months beforehand. This is the last little bit of the build, I'm pretty sure, and this is just my little market area where I have the Goofy store and this stall. I don't do anything special, I just put some foliage around and that's about it. The natural kind of aesthetic is honestly the easiest because you literally just place a couple bushes and rocks and it always looks so good. Not me adding a private gym for Gaston too. And now it's just the finishing touches, so adding in some foliage where I can fit it, as well as in some bigger open areas adding some trees. And I just go in with a few more pumpkins for fairy godmother. Here is the final build. I do really love how this turned out, and I honestly cannot wait to decorate the other half of this biome. I love all the waterfalls and lakes and rivers that we have in this biome, but what I love even more is that there's no lakes in the middle of the biome that make it super hard to decorate. I also just love this new house skin that we got for Belle. I think it's one of the best ones that we've gotten so far. Down these stairs next to Gaston's and in between the fairy godmother's house, I'm gonna be doing a Lion King build down there sometime in the future, and I'm really excited to do that one too. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.